Hello YouTube, hello to all my boredom busters, and welcome to all you hobby hunters. I am Brad Claybaugh, your host, and this is Brad's Boredom Busters. This is the channel that explores all sorts of hobbies. And so if you're looking for something fresh and new to do, this is the place for you. Alright, so I told you on our last video that we were going to be doing another tie-dye t-shirt, and the pattern is wigwag. It's a very fun pattern. It's really simple. The only real materials that you'll need is your t-shirt, rubber bands, a washable marker, and then something round to make a circle. And I'll show you that when we get ready to fold it all up. So Buster, tell these nice people what to do if they want to subscribe. So the t-shirt that we're going to tie up today, the pattern is wigwag, and this is not my original design. I got this pattern from a channel that I follow. It's called LSD Tie-Dye TV, and it's not what you think. LSD stands for Light Spectrum Design. And he's got several other wigwag designs on his channel. And his channel is in my favorite channels section. So if you want to go and see more of his wigwag designs, please visit his channel. So the colors in the wigwag design that I'm going to do, and I'll give you a description in detail when we go to dye the shirt. So it's going to be a black stripe, and then above that it'll be blues, and below that reds and orange and yellows. Okay, and so make sure you stay till the end of this video because I have information about our next upcoming project. It'll be a couple more tie-dye projects, but something a little different from what we've been doing, and you'll want to check that out. All right, well, let's go over to the table and I'll show you how to tie up the wigwag design. All right, so here we are at the table ready to fold up our wigwag design. Like I said, this is not my original design. You can see this design on LSD Tie-Dye TV. And he does a great job with his videos. But all his videos are just visual. And so I'm going to give you a little tutorial on folding it. And then, like I say, you can go to his channel and see there's probably 4 or 5 other wigwag designs. And so with this basic one, you can figure out the other ones. So first, obviously, we've pre-washed the t-shirt, soaked it in soda ash, spun it out so it's just damp in the washer. And so for this pattern, you want to turn the shirt inside out. All right, so we're inside out. Then the next thing to do is you pull one sleeve into the other. When you pull the sleeve through the other sleeve, you get a mirror image on your pattern. So you want to match up the bottom seam of the sleeve. Then you want to match up your collar seam, the shoulder seams. Lay that out. So now essentially what you have is the front of the shirt and the back of the shirt on the same fold. So it all faces essentially front. The back and the front face front. Just even it out, get rid of all the wrinkles that probably occur inside the shirt. You want it to lay as flat as possible. Okay. So you want to get all the wrinkles and folds out. This is where the pattern will come out nice, as long as you take the time to get it as perfect as you can, because taking the time now will give you a better result at the end. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so now get your washable marker ready and take the bottom, fold it all the way up to the top, and that's your center point right there. Like I say, this is a really, interesting and simple pattern or simple fold. But it gives you a really interesting result. So at this point you have a center, and now you need to find just anything round. It doesn't matter really what size. I'm using just a roll of masking tape, and center that here as best you can. You can just eyeball that, and then pull a line around that. And now in the past, when we've folded on this line, we've also used that to dye the pattern. This is just a guide to help you create the folds, the pleats, because it's the pleats that are going to really make the pattern. So now what you do is just take your shirt and fold along that line. About 1/2 inch pleats. Okay, there we go. So you've folded that so you have your straight line. And now what you want to do is take all these individual folds and just refine them. Actually, what would be helpful at this point, just so you don't have to hold on to everything, the rubber band on your line. That way you don't have to hang on to it, and you can work on it easier. What I say, so you want to just pull out all these folds and refine them. Okay, so that's how your t-shirt should look at this point. And now you just rubber band this all up to hold it in place. Okay, so that's all you have to do to tie up your wigwag. So now, before we dye it, this is where the pattern really comes together. You want to create just this zigzag pattern right down the center. That will get your black dye, and then whatever colors, usually it's a, say a warm combination and a cool combination. Like I say, I'm going to be dyeing 3 warm colors and 3 cool colors. So just start zigzagging it. And you don't want to go edge to edge. You want to keep the pattern in the center. Okay, and then flip it over so you can kind of match it up on the other side. So then you just draw out your pattern to match the first side. Okay, so there's our wigwag pattern drawn on both sides. So now we can go out to the garage and dye this. I'll see you there. Okay, Busters, we're out here at the sink ready to dye up our wigwag design. So let me go over the colors. Down the center on our zigzag mark, that'll be black. I'm using Dharma dyes as always, so my color is better black. And then on the top side, we're going to be doing blues. So it'll be sapphire blue, then electric blue, and then turquoise. And then below that, we're going to be doing Chinese red, deep orange, and bright yellow. And as I apply the colors, I'll put that on the screen. The other thing that you're going to need in particular to create this design are bottles with very fine tips. I got these from the beauty supply store. Dharma does sell small bottles with fine metal tubes for their tips. They work very well for this too. These are much more affordable for me, and they work out just as well, I believe. So check out your beauty supply store for these fine tip dye bottles. They work really well. All right, time to dye up the wigwag, starting with black. All right, so I've put a couple layers of the black on, and I think we're getting decent penetration, so we can go ahead with the other colors now. Okay, so we're done with the first side. Flip it over and do exactly the same thing on the other side. Clean up my workspace here a little bit so we don't get colors where we don't want them. Okay, so at this point, check down inside the folds, make sure you got good penetration. And if you do, now you can put it in a bag or in a tub to cure for 24 hours. It goes in my tub and we'll rinse it out, wash it out tomorrow, and then I'll show you the results. All right, we'll see you later. All right, my Buster buddies, we're back here in my studio. And this is the result of our Wigwag t-shirt. And I think it came out really good. I want to give you a couple pointers about this pattern when you're tying it up and then also when you're dyeing it. We use the rubber bands to help tie it together. Make sure your rubber bands aren't too tight because then it makes it hard for the dye to get down in those folds. And then when you are dyeing it, if you've gone over your pattern with each color a couple times at least, move aside those pleated folds, look down inside, make sure you've got full penetration. You may have to take the narrow tip of your application bottle and kind of put it down inside there. Still keep on the pattern with that color, but you may have to apply the color down inside to make it all the way through. Like I say, you're folding that up and so it gets rather thick, and so just applying the dye on the surface will probably not make it all the way through. So anyway, that's our Wigwag, and like I say, check out LSD Tie-Dye TV. He's got several other patterns of Wigwag. This one was kind of basic and simple, so I thought I'd introduce that to my audience. And so you can go explore others if you want to tackle the more challenging ones. Okay, let's get back over to the desk and talk about what our next projects are. All right, Buster Buddies. So I hope you enjoyed that project. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends about my channel. And if you enjoyed our content, please subscribe. That really helps me out. I've been very happy to see that we've been getting quite a few subscribers as of late, and so that's really bitchin'. So our upcoming projects to finish our tie-dye series will be 2 tie-dye projects working with black t-shirts. So our first black t-shirt tie-dye project will be a black and rainbow yin-yang pattern t-shirt. So come back for that project. All right, I hope you had a really bitchin' time with this project. Peace out, and don't forget to bust out some art. All right, we'll see you later.